All right, I'm gonna do a quick walk around of our trailer. We just got back from Colorado about 1 a.m. Spent all day cleaning up. So what we did, Tuff Stuff Alpha rooftop tent, and we already had the Iron Man awning and awning room, but we carry a lot of stuff on the roof of the 4Runner. I was like, well, what are we gonna do with all of our stuff with a rooftop tent? Here comes Marketplace. So it already had like that dent and this dent and the scratches, but paid $300 for this trailer. A friend of mine, I already had the rack on it, by the way, 800-pound capacity rack. A friend of mine welded in a new tongue, and that's basically it. We threw the tent on it and went to Colorado for over a week, staying in it. This is our first rooftop tent, and it was awesome. We just bought a king size, what's it called? I'm drawing a blank. Fitted sheet, oh my gosh. We bought a king size fitted sheet from Walmart, threw on it, and my family of 5 stayed in it. All but a couple nights. A couple nights we used the awning room, and then a couple nights some friends of ours used the awning room. But as you can tell, the spare tire actually fell off one time, and that caused some of that damage. When you got a 4Runner on 35s and a stock height 2-wheel drive Ranger trailer, you drag the ground some. With highway tires, but hey, the tires are like a year old, so why not? The tail lights already worked. Like I said, it already had the rack. But, you know, drug the ground a few times. Rather than that, everything was perfect. That's my redneck lock. Put a lock and hasp on it so that, 1, nobody could steal anything, and 2, if the tailgate failed and opened, that latch would catch it. That's a rotor that went bad on the trip. That's another story. So what I did, let's go front to back. Water, and we have a USB rechargeable little pump that goes right there, so we could wash our hands, brush our teeth, fill up water bottles, whatever. 1 jerry can of gas. You can see in there, there's like a trailer lock, brake fluid, things like that. On this side, we have a Badlands off-road jack and some wheel chocks, other random things. It's kind of messy, but I just put a board across there to hold the jack and the jerry cans, and 1 more short 2x between them to keep them separated. Max tracks, I just stood them up in the middle. I took them just for the heck of it. We used them to level the trailer and stuff. That little mat, that's actually like a beach mat. We would roll it out under the ladder for the kids to take their shoes off, things like that. So this box has all our little lawn chairs, our camping tables, and these are just Plano boxes from Academy. At the time, they were like $30. And let me tell you, they're awesome. They don't have a seal, but I've never had water get in them. There's our chairs. We got the little hiking chairs, solo stove, a couple tubes, random camping accessories, 3 hammocks, and 2 tables that fold up like lawn chairs. There's the handles for the jack. This is our cook box. So this time we didn't take our 2-burner stove. I bought the camping Blackstone. I'll probably do a review on it. It was pretty cool. But that is our Coleman stove, plates, forks, basically our kitchen box. I'll call it that. Milwaukee pack out toolbox, all the tools, milk crate with random fluids and stuff, things that didn't matter if it got rained on, and our small cooler all fit right here. And there's 2 things. 1, I loved it because I could lock the tailgate. and nobody could get any of the big stuff out because the tent is so low. Low profile, super cool. 2, I had to stop, unlock the tailgate, and take crap out of the back to get a box out to get something if I needed it. Which when we got to camp to set up, it wasn't a big deal. Anyways, it's just a normal rooftop tent. You've probably heard of them. Works awesome. I'm the tallest one, and I could sleep long ways. So my family of 5, just slept long ways in this thing. And rather than a few people getting kicked every once in a while, it wasn't too bad at all. The tent, super easy to set up. We got rained on almost every day in Colorado, including a couple times we were camping. Nothing got wet. Bad condensation, but once again, 5 of us. So a little bag. We put the kids' shoes in this one. My wife and I put our shoes in this bigger one. I just got little jack stands holding it up right now. I need to get a legit jack. And when I redo the rear bumper, I'm gonna cut the bed sides, put like a tube wraparound bumper, and I'm gonna put corner jacks on it. I just ran out of time. Ran out of time on this trip trying to get prepped because we bought this tent and trailer like last minute. We were just gonna use the awning room, and I knew it was gonna suck. Not suck, I like the awning room, but it was gonna be rough. So, I've got a few videos of it I might put out there. The trailer actually pulls really great. The only problem I had is it's like perfectly balanced. Even with the spare, both jerry cans full, a heavy jack, it rattled a lot just because I didn't have hardly any tongue weight. But it pulled perfect. I have no complaints on the way this thing pulls. A little narrower than the 4Runner, so it tracks really well. The tongue, I think, is about 4 foot to here. And it just did awesome. Definitely, it needs some stiffer springs and new shocks, and obviously bigger tires. But I don't know, I liked it way more than I thought I would. And like I said, all of our camping stuff here. In the back of the 4Runner, we had a bigger, nicer cooler for all the food that we wanted to keep frozen, and a cold milk, things like that. We had our suitcase, the little camping Blackstone, another smaller Plano box with dry foods and stuff like that, all of the breads, snacks, and yeah, just miscellaneous stuff. It worked really well. Like I said, the only complaints I have on the trailer is too low to the ground. We did the complete Alpine loop, so Cinnamon, Engineer Pass, Mineral Creek. That one was tougher than I expected. Just some off-camber stuff, and Stony Pass and Ophir Pass. And the only problem I ran into was the back of the trailer dragging the ground. There very few times I had to back up, like on switchbacks, and I can turn over 90 degrees against the 4Runner, so I can do a full jackknife without hitting. I guess jackknife is when you hit, whatever. But anyways, there were a couple times I did that just to finish the turn. I had to back up a few times with people coming. And once again, I could either jackknife it into the woods, put it up on a hill, it didn't matter. If you have a lot of experience pulling trailers and you're confident, I say do it. I love it. Trailer's a game changer. Family of 5, all the gear we like to keep, plus personal stuff, it gave us so much more room. We still had the 4Runner full, but the only thing I ever had on the roof basket was firewood. So if I needed to, I could put more boxes on the roof or whatever. And also having the tent so close to the ground, super easy to set up, putting all the rods in and pack down. I know a lot of guys like climbing all over the rig, but I'm kind of short and fat and don't want to unless I have to. But when I get more videos, I'll post them. We filmed a lot for a buddy of mine, Redheaded Stranger on YouTube. We did a lot of filming for him, and I'm pretty sure 90% of his videos you're gonna hear the trailer dragging the ground or rattling. The hitch just rattled some. Anyways, back home, got everything washed, letting it air out. I need to weigh it. I wish I would have went and weighed it before we left. I didn't do it. It's not very heavy, but 4Runner on 35s, stock gearing with a trailer, high elevation, you felt it. But rather than one brake incident, I had a caliper go bad. Everything went great. I really don't know of any big improvements I want to make to the trailer. I'd like to redo the tongue again and make it flat and like have a rack on the front, but I don't think I want to make it any longer. I think it's a perfect length. So anyways, it's a very redneck, but I'm from Arkansas. I'll take it. I've got a very expensive tent on a $300 marketplace trailer, and I'm cool with that because saving money, sticking to the budget. Almost everything we have was bought on sale or off marketplace, and it works. But yeah, a few takeaways. Trailers are awesome if you're good at pulling them. Definitely need stabilizers. That was the only thing. I climbed in it one day. I was setting up the tent. I climbed in it without the jack staying on the back and went to tipping over, and that'll scare you. But anyways, if you got a big family, it's definitely worth looking into. I'll try and incorporate some other clips in here so it's not just me talking, but I just thought it'd be a cool walk around. I'm kind of proud of it, the simplicity. I might do a full camp walk around. I should have done that this week while we were actually camping. I know over what now, name of the channel, but I thought it was a pretty good little joke and affordable. I told my wife, I was like, I want a Patriot camper. She said there's nothing more patriotic than half of a Ford Ranger. So anyways, see y'all.